turn the program over to him and let him introduce himself and tell you a little bit about him and what he's doing now.
Bolivar Central High, what's going on, man? I can't see no faces because of the mask, but it's all good. It's good to be here again, Mr. Parks. Thank you for having me. I have my best friend, Henry Fletcher, they call him Phish, and my partner, Terrance. Like you said, we was a part of this program in prison, and that's where we actually met, in prison, about 10, 11 years ago. And we got out and decided that we didn't want to live a life that we was living anymore. We didn't want to, bring destruction to our community. We didn't want to constantly keep being the cycle that was in and out of prison or sending kids to prison from gang banging, doing all kind of stuff in the streets, robbery. So basically where I am today, what it is, just trying to help as many kids as I can get on the right path. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my story, but first I want them to come up here and introduce themselves to you.
What's going on, Bolivar? Why y'all so quiet out here? Turn it up. I mean, you living. You woke up this morning. Right. Well, my name's Henry Fletcher. Everyone calls me Phish. Unfortunately, I escaped all the tragedy that they went through, but I still have a story of my own that I've actually experienced, and I'll actually take the time to share my story and give you guys a little bit of word of encouragement today. Okay? And boom, there you go, bro.
How y'all doing today? My name is Terrance Simpson. I was one of y'all, and I have a story similar to all of you all because I was incarcerated as a high school teenager at 16, and I'll be here to speak briefly because we definitely want to give Mr. Westbrooks the floor. So just quickly, I just want you all to know that 15 seconds of deciding yes or no can literally change your entire life. And I was literally in you all seats at 16, a sophomore, getting ready to go to college playing football, and literally trying to be cool or going with the team and saying yes when my body told me no and not going with my intuition literally changed the whole trajectory of my entire life. And I didn't get to go to prom, graduation, make it to high school, and a lot of other things. So just know, 15 seconds of a yes or no literally could change your whole life. And that doesn't mean that it always has to be for the bad, because you can make a good decision of saying no, and literally you can change it and the trajectory can go up. So I appreciate you all for having us. I hope y'all have an open ear and an open heart, and y'all take heed to what we have to say today. I appreciate y'all for having us.
I thought y'all got rid of me, huh? I'm back. So, okay, I'm going to start off with my story here. Mr. Parks, he actually knows a couple of my family members. He went to college with them, so he knows that I was raised with morals, right? Unfortunately, like he said, choices that I made sent me down the wrong path. Yes, I went to college. I graduated high school. I made it out of a whole lot of stuff that I did in high school. Fortunately, when I relocated to Nashville, that's when I became a knucklehead. Back in 2013, a lot of choices that I made ended up getting me run over by a car twice. A guy tried to kill me, which at that point in time, he broke my back, he broke both of my hips, knocked out all my teeth. So half of these up here are fake. My eye had to get put back in, my ear had to get sewed back on. All of this is crushed better yet. If you look close enough, you'll see a bone still sticking out right now. Torn ACL, torn MCL, and I could probably keep on naming things, right? But that was a choice that I made at 15 seconds that I was trying to be popular or be cool, almost cost me my life. And I was with my best friend that night, and one of the choices that we made eventually got him shot in the head and killed. So now I have to help, along with Westbrook, raise his son. And we actually instruct him down the right path. If I show you some videos of him, football starting to make. But that's what we mean by choices. And when you make the choice, Everybody for a second, I want you to say, I choose me.
I choose me.
And what I mean by that, I don't want, because it could sound selfish, right? I'm not trying to say selfish. I'm not trying to have you sound selfish. But when you say you choose you, I want you to think of you making the right choice for yourself. Because the choices that you make or that you make could affect that person that's sitting beside you. So along with the choices that I made, because I didn't choose me, end up getting my best friend killed. So that's what I mean by choose you. Choose to make the right decision yourself so that you can protect that next person beside you. And then so another thing that I would actually like to touch on is the environment that you keep. Everybody knows iron sharpens iron. You ever seen the chef take knives and rub them together? That's what Westbrook and I, and that's what we are to each other. You have to actually keep people around you that's going to keep you sharper. Anytime this man do something wrong, I chastise him. And vice versa. If I go the wrong way, he chastises, hey bro, you know you wrong for that. If you ain't got somebody in your corner that's willing to tell you that, they not your friend. Right? Right? Okay. So you actually have to keep people around you. You got to know your surroundings. Surround yourself with people that will challenge how you think. If that person or this person that you say your brother, your best friend, they're not challenging how you think, they shouldn't be around you. Watch the company you keep because it can destroy your character, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and finish up so that Westbrook can go ahead and move on up. And another thing that I was always raised with is, let me give you an example. I need 3 volunteers. Can I get, okay, come on. Come on. Come on. I need one more big person, somebody tall. Let me get one more volunteer. Come on now. You.
Big Daddy, right?
I'm glad you volunteered. You volunteer. Come on, bro. Yeah. Come on, man. You look like you're taller than me. All right. I want y'all to give me a line going real quick. We're going to put you on the outside. Get close. Y'all can barely see me, right? Y'all can barely see me, right? These are weeds. Let's say if these are weeds. You got to watch yourself having weeds because weeds outgrow you and block your sun from shining on you so then you can't grow. So always surround yourself with someone, I ain't saying that's not bigger than you, but just someone who's going to be right here beside you to hold you just in case you fall. Someone who's going to be on your right and left that's going to say, hey, you wrong, bro. If I fall back, he back here to catch me. If I go over here, he got me. If I go over here, he got me. I ain't got to worry about falling forward because you walk with 1 foot in front of the next, right? So that's just one of the, hold on, you know what? I appreciate y'all coming. I got something to figure out. There you go. There you go for volunteering. There you go. So every choice that you make comes with 2 different things. It could be a good choice, it could be a bad choice. But then also it leads to the consequence. It could be a good consequence, it can be a bad consequence. And then the outcome. You could end up in jail, or you can end up ran over by a car, and almost dead. So always make sure that when you use those 3, you think about the outcome on each one of those branches of that tree, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and Mr. Westbrook go ahead and come up, or I'll say the best for last. Let's say the best for last.
And we're coming up here just so none of y'all have to have this story, if that makes sense. Because it's so easy to become a statistic. And a lot of us come from broken homes, single parents. Sometimes we don't got enough food in the house. Sometimes we go outside and that's where we find our love, or we think it's love. But we have to know self-love. We have to know what we like, what influences us. Just because he eats a donut doesn't mean I like the donut. Just because he might like a chocolate donut, I might like a glazed donut. That doesn't mean we have to not be friends. That doesn't mean that we have to be influenced by each other, or we don't have to be. Like he said, it's about self-preservation. Make sure that every decision that you make it's a direct decision that helps you move forward. And I always understand that you all are in a transitional part of you all's life. So I'm sure you all have siblings, little cousins, little brothers, little sisters that's watching y'all. Whether y'all know it or not, y'all have a duty. And when you have influence is good and it can be bad. But when you understand that you have any kind of influence, it is your duty to walk and to shed light in the right way. Because there's a little brother who's watching you. So when you hanging with friends and y'all running and sneaking out the house, or disobeying your parents, or just not understanding the path that you're walking, then you're confusing the person that's looking up to you. There's always somebody watching you. So always remember that, because you've watched somebody. Never think that you're alone. Never think that you're the only person in the situation that you're in. It's going to always be somebody that you can talk to. And always challenge yourself. Always put yourself around, like my brother said, always put yourself around like-minded people. So if you have a common goal and I have the same common goal, we don't have to walk the same path, but if we understand that we're trying to get to the same destination, then we can push each other. It's called accountability. Make sure the people around you, they hold you up to your higher standard and you hold them up to theirs, because that's what it's about. It's so easy for a person to come back down, but you got to be able to pull somebody back up with you, and that's what it's about. If you want to go slow, you go alone. You want to go far, you go together. But you got to make sure that your team is good, your surroundings are positive, and pay attention to your environment and understand. Please understand this, because I was a teenager once. You are not your environment. I don't care where you come from. You are not your environment. I was 16, gang banging, went outside because mom was at work all day and I wanted something to eat. So I made this conscious decision that I can't ask mom because she doesn't have enough money to do nothing but pay the bills. So then I think I'm the man of the house. That's not true, because I had a brother who literally was working at 14, who was a year and a half older than me. So we come from the same household, but we make two totally different decisions. So while I'm on my way to prison, he's on his way to college. When I walk in the dorm, the prison dorm, he's walking the college dorm. When I'm on a prison bus, he's going to spring break in Florida. But we literally come from the same household. So I'm here to tell you all, and I want you all to understand that you are not the environment you come from. Always remember, it starts in your mind. If you can envision it, you can obtain it. If you say you want $1 million, you literally can talk it into existence. I'm literally no different than anyone right here, and I've had the opportunity to overcome so many obstacles only simply because I gave myself a chance. Don't ever think you're too cool for yourself. Don't ever think you're too cool for yourself, because you'll put yourself in a position where you know that you didn't want to be in. But based off of the people around you, you were trying to be cool. And then you only gonna lay in that bed by yourself. You only gonna get that consequence by yourself. And to be black and white, just to be very transparent, you're gonna lay in a casket by yourself. And that can be at 16 or that can be at 83. So regardless, the high school bubble is so influential right now. But when you start talking, watch the people you watch how the people react when you talk. When you talk about college, watch how your friends react. When that one friend walk off, or when that one friend gets to talking about something else, that's not the right energy for you, because y'all don't have the same common goal. Make sure you're around people who understand your vision and you understand their vision. And this is gonna go over. If it's, I'm gonna say it's 100 people in here. This gonna go over 80% of y'all head. It's gonna be 5 of y'all that's gonna get in trouble, and I promise you, something that's said today is gonna ring true. in the next 5 years, you finna see friends die, you finna see friends give up, you finna see friends do drugs, you finna see friends go to prison, you finna see friends go to college, you finna see friends that ain't even gonna be your friends next year. So just know, make the best decision for you in order to progress further in life, because like I said before, there's people behind you, your family, your siblings, your cousins, that's watching you. And your friends are not your family. Your family you can't choose. Your friends, that's a choice. So I don't wanna be long-winded, but like I first started off, remember this, and literally, this is gonna ring true to somebody, because it rang true to me when I was facing 51 years as a 16-year-old for murder. Thank God. Thank God. 15 seconds of a yes or no is gonna change your life, for the good or bad. And that can be getting in that car with your friend, or that can be filling out and doing that ACT. Make the right choice. I appreciate y'all.
What's going on, young kings and queens? Y'all still up? Y'all still up? I need to stand up and stretch or something, man, because the energy ain't in the room right now. Y'all still asleep or something. What's up? Stand up. Y'all too cool to stand up. Are you too cool to stand up? Look, my boy like, yeah, I'm too cool. It's like, y'all stretch a little bit. That's what get your day started. Stretch. Whatever you got in you, let it out. Whether it be poverty, whether it be you don't know where your next meal is coming from, whether it be bad energy coming from your friends, whether it be, all kind of negativity that's just surrounding your life right now, just let it go. Stretch it out, man. Just stretch it out. Let it go. Y'all let it go. Y'all let it go. Well, like they said, my name is Daniel Westbrooks, man, and I appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen to what little old me has to say today. When I was thinking about what I wanted to come talk to y'all today about, 2 words came to my mind, and it was pain and it was purpose. What's the pain? Pain is everything that we go through, and it starts out at an early age. Some call it adverse childhood experiences, meaning it might be poverty, it might be a single-parent home, it might be some kind of abuse, it might be your daddy in jail, or whoever that's your guardian might be away from you. But we all experience pain at an early age. My pain came from the time I was 6 years old up until about 10 or 11 years old. A real close family member of mine started to sexually abuse me. Now, hopefully none of y'all have to go through that or been through that yet, but I'm gonna tell you where my pain came from. Turning from a straight-A student, an all-around, all-American athlete, to a depressed and scared little boy. I went from a scared, depressed little boy to a suicidal boy. I didn't want to live no more. Tried to kill myself a couple times. And I'm thankful to God that I'm still here and I'm able to, share my story with y'all. Being suicidal and depressed turned into anger. How do you channel your anger? Hurt people, hurt people. So guess what I wanted to do? Hurt people. So what did I start doing? I started taking. I started robbing. I shot a few people. I ended up going to prison my senior year in high school. Didn't get to graduate. Gang banging, got caught up in the lifestyle that a lot of these rappers that is influential to you guys that y'all want to listen to that's not really living that life. Why I don't like rap music, if it doesn't have any substance in it, because it's not real. And sometimes a lot of us get caught up in a fake world. It's cool to have some kind of entertainment, but don't stray away from reality. Because in a split second, your life can change. You want to be everything that this rapper is talking about? Guess where you're going to end up? Dead. When I was 13 years old, one of my closest friends got killed. When I turned 24, my best friend and my little brother was killed, trying to live his life. Last year, my little sister committed suicide and succeeded with it, and is no longer here with us. Pain. This is all pain. I'm not sure what you guys are going through today, but I'm telling you, there's nothing more precious than life. Please don't take it for granted. Because not only can you lose your life physically, in a physical form, you can be put in the grave. You can also lose your life to a cell. I've seen so many men, and Mr. Parks will tell you, crying at nighttime because they got 200, 300 some years and they're never going to go home. The same family that they didn't cherish when they was free are gone, and they wonder why they won't send them $20 so they can get some boxes or some tissue to wipe their butts when they need to use the restroom. Does it get real like that? I'm not sure what y'all going through today, but I'm telling you, everybody goes through pain. It might come in different forms and different aspects of pain, but we all go through it. But we can get through it too. Do not become your pain. Like he said, don't become your environment. People say we products of our environments. No, we're not a product of our environment. We're a product of the choices that we make. The choices that you decide to make define who you are. No matter what the world may say about you or how they look at you, how they view you, how do you view yourself? That's what's most important, because at the end of the day, you have to look at yourself in the mirror when you go to bed. When you wake up in the morning and brush your teeth and wash your face, you have to look at yourself. You have to face yourself. You need to be in tune with you. 4 things I want to give y'all real quick. Self-awareness, self-love, self-perseverance, and self-educating. Meaning, educate yourself. You guys are in school, on the right track to graduate, stay in school. But don't just be content with what the school has to offer you. Go out on your own, seek your own knowledge. The more knowledge that you have, the more you know, the more you're going to get paid. Who don't like money? Everybody likes money, right? Exactly. So the more you know, the more you're going to get paid. Self-perseverance. This is a marathon that we are in. Don't think that things are going to happen overnight. You don't want nothing easy. You don't want it to come fast. You want to work for everything that you have. Do your due diligence. Put in that work. Everybody wants fast money. For what? Start playing the game and you don't even know the consequences when you lose the game. Jail is just, it just breaks the surface or saying that you're dying. Because when you die, go to jail, you don't just die, go to jail. Your family goes with you. Everybody that loves you goes to jail with you. They go to their ground with you. First kid I ever started mentoring, 3-4 years ago. You know what happened to him? I tried to talk to him, and get it in his head that this ain't the life you want to live. They found him about an hour and a half away from right here, in the field, dead. Trying to live a life that wasn't even meant for him. It's not for nobody. But you decide to hang with certain people, guess what? You're going to get clipped. Because guess what? Not only are they making decisions for themselves, they're making decisions for you. You're responsible and held accountable for you and the company that you keep around you. Sometimes that company will be the reason why you don't grow, why you don't make it to the next level. Why certain people won't mess with you because of the company that you keep. So make sure everybody around you is on the same thing and the same path that you're on. You trying to be great, you trying to be successful, make sure everybody around you wants to be great and be successful. You got some people that want to slum around. You know how many friends that I had that's no longer around me? A lot of them. The ones that I grew up with, dead or in jail. I met him about 10, 11 years ago. Met him about, 10 years ago. Nobody around me is from my childhood when I grew up. They all dead or in jail. You got to change. Self-perseverance. Who going to last the longest? I want to live to see my daughter have kids and their kids have kids. I feel like a coward if I left my daughter, whether I get killed. If I put myself in a position to get killed and leave my child, I'm a coward. If I go to jail and leave my daughter out here to fend for herself or another man to take care of my responsibilities, I'm a coward. So remember that. Self-awareness. Be in tune with yourself. Be so in love with you that it doesn't matter if the world hates you. You love yourself. It don't matter. Wake up in the morning, I tell myself, I'm great, I'm intelligent, I'm smart, and I never even graduated high school. I don't have a high school diploma. I got a GED a few years ago. You know how many times people have counted me out? Not just people. You know how much of my family counted me out. Said I wouldn't be nothing. I'm going to go back and forth to penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even going to talk about the charges I caught and how many times I caught them. Because it's irrelevant. But the choices that I made put me in certain situations that I didn't want to be in. It took me away from my family. The last one, what we go through? Self-preservation, self-awareness, self-educated, self-love. You gotta love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Everybody needs a hug, man. You're not too hard, you're not too gangster, you're not too macho or manly to show yourself love and to spread love. If you want to survive, just show love, man. Now, we've been talking enough about pain. Purpose. What is our purpose in life? Who knows what purpose means? You know what purpose is? What you think purpose means? You can stand up. What's your name? Corey? Say it with your chest. Say it confident. My name is Corey. Say it, that's cool. Be proud of who you are, bro. Self-love. You know what I mean? Corey, what you think purpose is?
Ain't no wrong answer, bro.
Ain't no wrong answer.
Ain't no wrong answer.
Ain't no wrong answer. What you think purpose is? I'm going to give you a clue. What you put on earth to do. That's it. Your purpose is what you are made to do. Yeah, whatever it is. What you do? You play football? What you like to do? Play video games? You don't play video games? What you do? You get fly, girl. That's a fly sweater you got on right there. You like to dress? Your purpose could be making clothes, designing clothes, making people feel good with how they wear, expressing themselves with the clothes that you design. You know what I do? I design clothes. I got a clothing line. I don't have enough. I got my hat on. He got one of my tracksuits right now. Just dropped them today, by the way, too. That's one of my jackets. I create, I design.
How much you want for one?
$250. What's your size?
Adult small.
Adult smart, 200. 200. What's your name? Stand up.
Rico.
Rico, pull your pants up.
Appreciate it.
Look presentable. I appreciate it, bro. Because you ain't have to do that.
Yes, sir.
Get with me after this over with. I'll pull with you. We got a small in the car, don't we?
I got a large.
You got a large in the car?
But you know what? He can have this one.
You can have that one?
Love on it?
Get it, go get it. But look, let's not get distracted. That's what your purpose is, man. Walking in your purpose. Whatever you feel like that you put on this earth to do, do it. I love designing clothes. A lot of the bad decisions I made because growing up, my mom and my daddy couldn't give me everything that I wanted. I had everything that I needed, but I wanted more. I see drug dealers, I see robbers, I see the fly basketball players, you know what I'm saying? You know, the shoes I had to wear to play basketball came from my older brother. So what happened? I started selling drugs or robbing just so I could try to get fly. You know, I'm running around wearing fake earrings. I wanted this look that everybody else had. Instead of trying to be myself, I wanted to look like how everybody else looked because I thought it'd make me look cool. Instead of just being me. I ran for myself for so long. I put myself through so much hell for so long trying to be like everybody else. And I almost lost my life for somebody else until I decided one day, it's a famous saying to say, you're not going to start living life until you experience death. And this is how I found my purpose. This is why I like coming to schools, going to prisons, going to jails, and sharing my story. So hopefully somebody can hear it and get something from it and won't make some of the same mistakes that I made.
Got to proud of your old self. Tell them, cuz.
Nice to meet you, brother. You looking like me a little bit. Looking like the owner up here. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to meet you. We're going to get you the right size, though. Get with Mr. Parks. Oh, get this information, Mr. Parks, and you said you wear a smile. I got you. But make sure you keep your pants up, look presentable, respect, self-respect.
Give me my jacket back here.
Yeah. Nah, but really, I appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen to me, man, because, you know, I never would have thought a long time ago that I'd be standing in front of nobody sharing my story. I told you, I was a lost little kid. I was a scared little boy. I had no kind of confidence in myself. I lacked a lot of things. And I'm just glad that, you know, God decided to keep me here a little bit longer. If I'm going to be here, I need to make sure it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. And the highest human act is to inspire somebody, to motivate somebody, to just help somebody. And that's what I like to do. I just like helping people. I want to be the person that I needed when I was growing up. And so that's what my whole thing is. I started my clothing line 3 years ago. A lot of people looked at the name and was shying away from it. It was a little iffy because I call it Cartel Lifestyle. But it's an acronym, conquer and rule the entire land. Meaning, be the king of your own realm. Take control of your life. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Believe in yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. Consistently work towards your goal, work toward your plans, and don't ever stop. Don't let nobody deter you from your dreams and your goals. Whatever vision God put in your head for you is for you. So don't let nobody else tell you that you're dreaming too big. Don't let nobody project their fears on you. Tell them you can't do something because they can't do it. You know, who would ever thought? Little bitty old me, the little kid that was sexually molested, that didn't make it out of high school, that was in and out of juvenile, went to prison for 8 years, will be running his own company. Will be going around talking to kids, trying to inspire the world, trying to help build dreams and help develop leaders, because all you guys are great. You just got to tap into it. It's a lot of potential in graveyards. It's a lot of potential in prisons around the world. I've seen some of the most creative people I know in my life doing life and never going to be able to live out their purpose as a free person because of decisions and choices. Got some great ideas. Everybody is a genius in prison. You don't have nothing but time on your hand. Excuse me. Luckily, I made it out. Terrance made it out. My brother Phish, Henry, is still alive. That boy got hit by a charger twice. Would have hit me in it. Not sure how he's still alive, but he's still here. And it's for a reason and for a purpose. We are all put on this earth for a purpose. To make a major contribution to the universe. What is it going to be? If we all died right now, what they going to say in our eulogy? You just going to be another memory, or you going to leave a legacy? What you want to do? You want to be hood famous, or you want to be known as a person that's done something that nobody else has done in this world? You want to be average, or you want to make history? The choice is yours. Tap in tune, get in tune with yourself. Tap into yourself. Get to know you. Stop living for the world. Social media has ruined life. It's helped a lot of lives, but it's ruined it too. I don't even know if I could put it, I wouldn't have got up here today if we didn't have GPS. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was traveling as a young child, we used to have to print out a map and take directions off pieces of paper. Go up to exit 64, turn left. At the second right by the McDonald's, make another left. I'd have been lost like today. Don't get so far into the world of society where you lose your roots, your ground, and your foundation. If y'all don't know what a goal is where you're trying to reach before you get to your final destination. It's going to help you get there. If you never wrote a goal down, start writing down goals. Your future is in your hands. Plan it out. Map it out. Y'all know how y'all put the address into Siri, and she tell y'all turn by turn action? Every turn, all the directions are your goals. It's your plan for you to reach your destination. If you want to be successful, if you want to get ahead, elevate, and grow in life, make sure your plan and your goals are on paper. Don't just think about it. Write it down. Map it out. And whatever you do, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. I supposed to gave up a long time ago. I supposed to have been dead a long time ago. I'm not even supposed to be free right now. Think I'm lying. Who helped me out on the pill? I ain't supposed to be right here right now. You feel me? If it was up to them, I'd never let nobody tell me what I can't do no more. I'd never let nobody make me feel like I'm worth less than what I actually am. And that's the kind of confidence that you got to have. Because I remember being y'all age, and I lacked that confidence. I wasn't sure who I am. These are demons that I had to battle. Right now, I got a little brother in the mental hospital fighting battles and demons inside his head. The pain don't stop. But the pain is what helps define you. When you get through that pain, because we all going to go through it, but when you get through it, it's leveling up. I call them growing pains. Because once you get through it, it's like, oh man, I'm used to this. Now when your friend call you and going through something similar to what you went through, that's what you tell them, girl, oh boy, it's cool. You straight. I done been through it already. Let me help you get through whatever it is you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Don't run from it. Embrace it. Cherish it and get through it. If I can leave y'all with one thing today, man, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I don't care what's going on, who tell you ain't worth nothing. Whatever problems or pain that you're going through, it's for a reason. Don't give up. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. And love yourself. Treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Respect, that's what it's about. You give respect and you demand respect. And watch how long you live. Thank you. I guess y'all have any questions for me or my brothers, feel free to stand up and ask. We here, how much time we got? Or we unlimited? We can go. Let's go then. Anybody got any questions or got something they want to say? Feel free to just stand up, man. That's what we get to do.
We're open book. Don't feel afraid. Any question you ask us, we'll answer. So don't feel like nothing is not a question. Yeah, ask.
I got 3 questions.
Okay, let's go.
My first question is, when was the exact moment y'all decided to change?
Well, you can answer first.
Well, my situation after I was run over by a car didn't change me. That amplified my anger. So, literally, a month after I got run over. Oh, by the way, when out of all that happened, I was out of the hospital in 8 days. So out of all those broke bones, I was out of the hospital 8 days. Back in the club in a month and a half. Fighting in the club a month and a half. So yeah, you remember that, right? So literally, that amplified my anger. What changed me, because it made me feel invincible. Oh, I can't die. I can't get died. You know that, what's that guy name? Kevin Gates. I don't get tired. I used to run around and say, I don't get died. And so that amplified my anger, caused me to do a whole lot of other stuff, which trickled down. And as I said, my best friend got killed. That opened my eyes. That opened my eyes and changed the whole situation. And it made me want to get better, not for just me, because I knew I had to be an example for his seed now. So that's what really changed me. And I'm sad that he's gone, but honestly, if we would have still been together, I'd probably still be doing the same thing because I was influenced and we were influenced each other to do wrong things. So everything happens for a reason. God put him in to send me down that path, but then after he left, it was time to straighten up. It was time to straighten up. So that's what changed me.
Thing that changed me, the moment that changed me, I had never traveled. I had never been to Disneyland, never been to an aquarium. My mom just always worked 3 boys by the age she was 26, and it was literally go to work and go home. So my first time literally traveling was on a prison bus, right? So I had done 3 years and I had finally got my time, so now I'm headed to the penitentiary. So imagine me being 60 pounds, 50, 60, 70 pounds lighter than this. And a dude walked on the prison bus. And he was so happy. And he was huge too. And look, here I am, 19 years old. And he was happy because he had had 40 years. He had done 20 years. But he was so happy that he was out of solitary confinement after being in there for 10 years. So he literally had been in a cell 23-1 for 10 years. So you would have thought he was going to go home, but he was just happy to be around people again. And when he sat next to me, keep in mind, this is my first time going to prison. I done been in jail, right? But this ain't prison. Jail, you fighting your case. Prison, people from life to 3 life sentences. Here I am, 19. And I made it, and I sat and I seen how happy he was, and it blew my mind. It literally, I couldn't fathom like how this man was this happy, right? And I made a decision because I was in jail for 3 years. I'm gangbanging, I'm selling cigarettes, I'm fighting, I'm all type of stuff. And I knew that I was going to go to prison and become him, or I was going to go home and be the man that my mama raised me to be. So that moment on that bus where I had never traveled nowhere, where I'm going up a mountain, up in the middle of nowhere to some prison, it was a dude, I never knew his name. That was my only time encountering him. And he didn't even know. He changed everything in me. So that was the moment where I made the decision that I don't care what nobody else thinks. As long as I make it out of here intact with who I think I am and who I was raised to be, that's all that mattered to me. So that was the thing that changed me.
Yeah, explain to him what 23-1 solitary confinement is.
23-1, right? I hope everybody in here has a closet. Go in it. But then when you go in it, you don't have no human interaction with the next person for 23 hours out of the 24 hours, right? The 1 hour you get out, you get to go to the rec yard, but when you go, you shackled at the wrist, wrapped around your waist, and at your ankles. So you literally can't make a full stride. But imagine you can't make a full stride this long because your cell not that big. So you never extend your whole feet. 23 hours out the day, 24 hours out the day. But he did this for 10 years. So just understand how precious time is. Because you can watch days go by. Y'all seen how long y'all was out of school with this quarantine thing. But imagine not having the opportunity to do nothing else but look at 4 walls, 23 hours out the day. And that 1 hour out, you get to go on the rec, you got a 15-minute phone call, you got to take a shower. And you might not get that every day. So that's 23-1, and that's just in a nutshell. You ever seen a man go crazy? You ever wanted to see a man that's a walking dead? Go to 23-1. That's what it is.
My defining moment when I changed, like I told y'all earlier, they say you don't live life until you experience death. Out of all the death that I've seen and I witnessed, it didn't get real to me until I almost died about 2 years ago, 2017, like December 4th. I was going to go meet a partner of mine for breakfast, and we had some business to discuss, and I never made it in IHOP. I fell out, passed out in the parking lot, and woke up in the hospital, breathing like this, and I thought I was about to die for like 5 hours. I thought I was just constipated or something. Tell the doctors, like, look, give me something to use the bathroom. They give me all kind of stuff to use the bathroom, and nothing is working. So I don't know if they thought that I was a doctor and knew what I was talking about, or they just really didn't care. But when they finally put me on the, gave me the MRI, CAT scan, whatever they did, I didn't even make it back to my room, and they was turning me around, telling me that I had to have an emergency surgery, or I would lose my life in the next few minutes. And so after I had the surgery, they cut me open. I got a scar from like 6 inches right here. I had a heart monitor put in. Sitting in that hospital room is what really changed, made me make the change that I need to live better. I need to make better decisions with my life. Not knowing that in a month, in January, I found out that my girl was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? But it was at that time that, when I felt like I was really about to die. Out of all the stuff that I've been through, this was the only thing that really made me want to make a change and live better. When I thought that I was actually about to lose my life, like in the next 5 minutes. Didn't know if I was gonna live to see tomorrow. And it was scary. I was scared. I don't care how hard you think you are. When you think you're about to die, it's over. It's a whole nother feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that was my moment of change. Oh, you got another question for me there, 3?
What was the surgery?
The surgery, I had a hole in my ulcer and a leak in my intestines. And so it just felt like a balloon and then popped in my stomach. And I started throwing up. It was 20 degrees outside. I came out of my jacket, out of my sweater. I was laying on the floor. I went in the hospital without a shirt on. Sweating. That's what I had my surgery for.
My third question is, what did you lose in prison?
You said what?
What did you lose in prison?
What did I lose?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of time, a lot of friends, a lot of family, and the person that I was when I went in, I lost him too. I had to kill him when I came out. But before I came out, actually, he had to die. Like, I had to make the decision that this is not the life I want to live anymore. So, them are the 3 things I lost.
Westbrook, you remember the time when you had a scheduled date to be released?
Yeah.
And what happened?
You called me in the office. I thought that I had my clothes. My little brother sent me an outfit to come out, said that I was going to wear when I left. And I was supposed to get out, I want to say like in March. And you called me in your office in like February. And you was like, you ain't getting out next month. And I was like, what you talking about? I thought he was playing with me at first. He flipped the computer screen around and said, no, I ain't getting out next month. I slid down the wall. Like, I felt defeated. I was like, man, I want to cry for real. Like, if you ain't never been to prison, don't go. You ain't never been locked up, don't go. It's a hurtful feeling, man. Thinking you about to get out and leave behind what you said you want. This is my second time in prison now. I forgot to mention that. The first time I went, I did about 6.5 years. I went back the second time and did about 13 months. But I wasn't supposed to only do that about 8. It was about 7, 8 months. And I'm like, I come out, I'm living a good life, and I had to go back for a violation. And it really sucked. And it was like, once you get your freedom back, they take it away from you again. The second time is hard because you learn a little bit more, you experience some more. Because understand, I left my senior year of high school. So I was never an adult out of all the prison. So when he told me I ain't getting out, and I had everybody expecting me to get out, and I've been talking like cash money. Like, I talk a lot of stuff, man. I get on the phone call, like, yeah, I'll be home in a minute. I was going through stuff with my girl, wrote letters to her, like, all right, when I get out, I'm going to show you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get out, I'm going to fall on you, I'm going to get all this money. You know what I'm saying? And I just, I talk a lot of stuff, man. That's what I do. And when he told me that, like, it crushed me. It was crushing me. Now they about to laugh at it. Now they be like, I thought you was getting out. You know what I'm saying? But it hurt because I wanted to get back out to my family. And I knew that I was ready to change my life for real. I was already started, but I had made like a bad decision. And it landed me back in prison. And it crushed me up. I almost dropped a tear. I was ready to cry. I slid down the wall, man.
And the thing is, guys, what I'm trying to tell you and what he's saying is that the first time I feel like he ain't learned nothing. And I told him, I said, if you come back, I'm going to break your neck. And what you do?
Got my neck broke.
And I say that because I saw potential in him. I seen potential in him, I made sure that I tried to do whatever I could to help him reach that potential. And that's what he's doing now, is trying to help you all reach the potential that you have. That's why we're bringing you in here to basically talk, and don't feel like you less than whatever, or that you so hard. These three guys right here, I brought them here for a reason. I didn't bring him here just to sell his stuff, which I mean, that's my guy. If he gonna sell it, he sell it. But the thing is, I brought him for a reason. We done had 2 deaths in Hardeman County. 2 deaths of people that was well known in the community. This senseless act has to stop. And that's why I brought them in. That's the main reason why I brought them in. And when I call you?
Last week, like Thursday.
Thursday. And what you tell me?
I'm on the way. I'm gonna tell you what, like, I'm always say this, I'm always give you your flowers, because if you go before I go, I ain't speaking at your funeral. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, this man, like, is really showing me something that ain't nobody ever showed me in my life. I didn't even know this man. I just got accepted into his program, and he went to the parole board and spoke so highly of me. I ain't never heard nobody ever say nothing like that or talk about me in the way that he did to help get me out. And I didn't even start the pre-release program. He didn't know me. And went up there and spoke on my behalf like we had been best buddies since college or something. Like we grew up together. And so, I'm always thankful. Even though I didn't get parole, they knocked me for about a year. But just the fact that you went up there and put your neck on the line for somebody that you didn't know, like you got to love somebody like that forever, man. And so y'all, this man right here, take advantage of him. He's very resourceful, he's very helpful, man. I know he loves y'all. Right here. All right.
Well, how do you find out what you really want to do with the program?
All right, so look, I got out of prison the second time. I think it was about 4 or 5 months after I got out, right? Little brother got killed. I was working like temp service jobs. After that, it was like dead end. You know what I'm saying? You start a project, but temp service is basically a temporary job until the job is complete. My dad had surgery, I almost lost him. I left that job site at like 5:30 in the morning. My mama called me crying, like, look, we finna have this surgery, we don't know what's going on with my dad. They ended up firing me, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, what I do best? Selling dope. Started selling drugs again. I got caught in one of the biggest cases that happened in my city with 40 other people that I didn't know. It was during that time when I was locked up. They were offering me like 25 years. I didn't get caught with a crumb of drugs. I didn't get caught with no money. I didn't get caught with nothing. And he y'all are trying to offer me 25 years. They wouldn't let me make bond. I think it was like after my 2nd or 3rd month locked up. The DA, they came and got me like I had to go to court. And they took me over to their office. And they put pictures of my little brother dead, shot, because he got killed. It's still an open case right now. In a running car, butt naked, with a hole in his head. And told me, if you tell us anything about this right here, we can make all your charges disappear. I ain't gonna say what I told him, but it was like basically, F you, take me back to my cell. You know what I'm saying? And it was during that little 5 months that I had to do before they actually allowed me to make bond, that I had to figure, everybody said I want to start a business. But, I used to like clothes. That's what it was about growing up. My mom and daddy couldn't afford all the best clothes. That's how I really started getting into hustling and trying to make money because I wanted to look good. And so when I was looking at my pictures, just one morning it hit me because you eat breakfast at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was just up, just looking at my pictures, and I think I had just got some, and I was just, looking through them. And I'm like, man, I don't have nothing to show for nothing in this world but a car and a bunch of clothes and shoes. And I was like, man, if I'm gonna spend all this money on clothes, because I probably spent over $40,000, $50,000 on clothes. I was like, I just started making my own stuff and make it the way I want to make it. And that's what really generated the thought for me having a clothing line, if I ever got out, because I didn't know that I was going to be making bond. It took me like some months. They were playing. But that's how I got started. Yes, ma'am.
Once you got out, what obstacles did you face? You don't get out and everything's all rosy at that point, correct?
Oh, yeah. What's that?
You face a lot of obstacles, even when you're out, even after you served your time.
Yeah. I I think when I tell people like finding a job is hard, it's hard, but it's not impossible. But you're gonna go through these hurdles trying to find a job because for one, I didn't have a high school diploma. For two, I'm a convicted felon. I don't care how qualified you are for a job. Once they do a background check on you, it's a no. No matter how good they talk to you in the interview, it's a no. You know what I'm saying? And so that was probably one of the main obstacles. The second main one, after the third, like after I caught the conspiracy case and got out, and I decided that all the games is over with, playing in these streets, selling drugs and doing whatever, the hardest obstacle for me, and I still battle with this today. And I'm gonna be very honest. I'm broke. Not broke like I don't have no money broke, but I'm broke where I'm not where I want to be or where I used to be when I had all this money. Because I was a 6-figure dude. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have any dreams or goals back then. So when I say I'm broke, it's like I want more money. And sometimes, you know, we going through this pandemic. I'll be like, man, you know, the thought across my mind, I still want to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? But I know I make a conscious decision that I'm not going to go back that route because I know what comes with it, and I've came so far. But yeah, that's probably the biggest obstacle right there. You know, I battle with that in my head, even though I know I'm not going to sell drugs again, but the thought, it pops up like, man, I can do this right here and get some money. You know what I'm saying? It's hard times right now. You know what I mean? So, but as far as the job and being a convicted felon, though, that's a major obstacle. What's up, bro?
You know, you ever think about God when you were doing all that?
Think about God?
Yeah.
I think I thought about God at the wrong time. You know, when you're doing whatever you're doing, you don't really think about nothing except for getting caught, until you get locked up. I thought about God at the wrong time. And I didn't want to be one of those people that get locked up and then try to, you know, act like, because you see a lot of people that turn to the Bible when they get locked up. And I didn't want to be one of those fake people that say, wait till I get locked up. Now I want to be a godly person or holier than thou or walk upright. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I grew up in the church. You know, my father's a pastor. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma, they had me in church since I was little. I just strayed away from the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. My parents did a great job raising me. Everything I did on my own. It was the choices and the decisions that I made. Not peer pressure, because I've always felt like, you know, I was a leader. I didn't want to follow behind nobody. I just wanted to be destructive. And I wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you start hustling because you're seeing other people with cars and with money and looking good and with the girls. And so that's what persuaded me to go the wrong way. But yeah, I still got a foundation in church. I believe in God. I love God. If it wasn't him, I wouldn't even be here right now.
Come on, man. I know somebody got some questions. Too many people in here. Me right here.
What's up?
I got 2 questions. When did you rob?
When did I rob? Oh, man. Started out about 12, 13 years old, I think. Oh, you two, how old are you? 15. So we're going to say, oh, man. Oh, you probably know when that man thought of. But I was about in the 7th, 8th grade. So it's how far back it was. When you can pay, when you go to the gas station, they pay for your own, they pump your gas for you. That far back. When gas was probably like $1.10 a gallon. That far. And the first person I robbed a gas station, I was shooting dice, lost my money, and I walked up the street and robbed the man because I knew he had money in his pocket, in the shirt, and then he kept a little coin thing on his hip. And that was the first time I robbed someone.
When did you sell drugs?
I started selling drugs about 7th, 8th grade. Selling weed, but I was smoking weed too, so it didn't work out that much. And that's why the robbers started taking into place. Because I was a bad drug dealer, man. You can't get high on your own supply. But don't get high at all. But that's not exactly how I was taking things. You can't be selling weed and smoking weed. It's not gonna work. But thank you. Yes, ma'am.
You said, that you were gangbanging.
Yes.
Were you scared about getting out, and did you have to go through anything to get out? Was it
Like,
scary?
like trying to get out of the game?
Yeah.
I never really got out of the game. I'm just not an active game banger. You know, I'm not going out. You can't call me and say, come on, we about to go ride with some dudes. They did this and such, and we finna. Nah, my whole thing, like, if you're familiar with the gang culture, why it was started was to protect our communities, you know what I'm saying, help build us up. It wasn't to go out and be beefing with each other or warring over turfs and drugs. That's not how it started. So now I'm trying to just change the narrative of what, and my homeboys, they embrace it, they love it. You know, you're not gonna change everybody. But I got some that they like, I like what you're doing, how can I get involved? And I gotta tell them, first you gotta quit doing what you're doing, because when you come on this side, you can't be playing both sides, you can't straddle the fence. But yeah, it wasn't never, I don't know, like movies, they try to make it seem like, it's, you know, when you're a respectable person, though, that's why I tell y'all guys about respect. I'm big on respect. I respect everybody, and you're gonna respect me. Whether you like the decision or the choice I make, I don't care. It's for me to live with, you know, but thank God that, you know, my homeboys, they understand what I've been through and where I'm trying to go and where I'm at in life. You know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't no, he think he better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to help us in a whole nother way. And if I gotta be the change and be that example for everybody to see, you know, I want to be that person. So yeah, it wasn't hard, not in that sense. What's up, big dog? Say that again. You said, did I see God? I'm sorry, I ain't hear you, bro. Stand up. Oh, dang, you tell you about that, bro? Football? Man.
He said, when you finna die, did your light flash before your eyes?
Did it flash? Like a white light?
Yeah, we answered that.
He just might have flashed. Oh, he said,
I don't get died, man. I went on those
it didn't really flash.
I got a hospital in 8 days, like I told you. That was nothing. So, the flash, only thing I remember flashing was the headlight. Like, that's the only flash I seen. It wasn't my light, it was just the headlight. I mean, I guess they say I look like a squirrel. You know, but for the most part, that's the only flash I remember seeing was those headlights, and that was it. You know, even I didn't even. Well, that was probably the second time he came around. But with that being said, even after I got run over, the story is when the ambulance got there, I got back up trying to fight with all them broke bones, and I didn't even know. So that's when I wasn't. They didn't expect me to make it. They said that if I made it through the night, I was going to be okay, which I eventually did. And I have no family in Tennessee at this point in time. My closest relatives was his mom, and their friends up. They were just my good friends. So I had no family here. So essentially, when that happened, my family didn't even find out until the next day, and it was Mother's Day. So I didn't wake up to call my mom and tell her Happy Mother's Day. So now my light didn't flash because at that point in time I didn't almost die. And I don't remember nothing from the time I woke up except for when I got out of the coma. That was 2 days later, 3 days later after that happened.
Have you ever been punished for your bad decisions by your parents or kicked out the house anytime?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I think everybody been kicked out the house. My mom was one of them mamas where she found some money and some weed one time and like some CD. She didn't want me to listen to rap music. And I understand it now as a parent that the thing that you plant and the seed that you plant in your head and in your spirit, it'll come to life. You know what I'm saying? So if you listen to everything talking about shoot them up, rob them, finessing and all that, what you gonna try to do? Because you listen to it so much, you think you can do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got punished. I remember she threw some weed away one time. I had a real bad car wreck. I ran into a telephone pole, had her playing one morning. She sent me to go get some jelly and some Tide, the washing powder. Yeah, I had a beeper, or like a two-way pager. Didn't even work though. This is how you know be capped. It was all capped back then. Probably had about $600-700 in my pocket. And I ran into the telephone pole. They took me to the hospital and they took my pants. They had to cut my pants off of me. She found my money and my two-way that didn't work, and she kept it. She was like, "What are you doing with this money? You don't even have a job." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, my mama didn't play for real. Like when I tell you, my parents, I love them to death, man. They did everything they could to keep me from going the wrong way. I just decided to do certain stuff. But yeah, I was put out at like 16, 15 years old. Was right, sleeping in cars.
So you pretty much know that they were raised by their parents. I myself, my mom and my dad was a crackhead. I was actually born a crack baby.
No.
At the age, I know, right? I'm still cute. At the age of 11, I was taken from my mom. My dad wasn't around. I was taken from my mom because of her drug addiction, and I was placed in my grandma's care. Well, my grandma couldn't handle me after a certain period of time because I was that crazy that I ended up moving out at 16, and me and my sister had our own place. And then at that point in time, from 16 to the point where I said, I can't do this no more, gotta get it together and go to college, I was jumping from house to house. So I stayed at this auntie house, I stayed at friends of the family house, and then finally I graduated high school, and I was recognized for basketball, so I ended up in Alabama, University of North Alabama for basketball, where I lost my mind again. And then I started doing crazy stuff, got kicked out, and boom, ended up in Nashville doing the same crazy stuff. So that's my story. Did I really get punished? Yeah, my grandma whooped me real good when I done something wrong, but she called me Weasel. And she called me Weasel because I always done stuff and got away with it. Unfortunately, they got caught. I would always do stuff and not get caught. And she had another nickname for me, and she called me Peel. And I was like, right before she died, I was like, Grandma, why you always call me Peel? At this point, I had them got married and changed my life and stuff like that. And she said, have you ever took a pill and put it in your mouth and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth? So she's been calling me Peel my whole life, and I never knew why. And she said, because I always left a bad taste in people's mouth. And I was like, that ain't the way. So she's lucky. She was my grandma. I was like, real? You didn't expect me to change? I changed. But yeah, she passed away in 2014, God bless her soul. But she tried her best to stir me the right way. It just took my choice and my surroundings to be changed for me to get better. So punishment was that.
What game was y'all in?
Oh man.
What game was y'all in?
What game?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that as over.
I told him open book. I told him open book.
Yeah. I'm OG, I'm rolling 6. Crip.
Yeah.
I'm
non-denominational.
But the thing is, it's not about what type of game it's about. It's about him changing his life.
Right.
See, y'all thinking something totally different with what this actually is supposed to be. You know, regardless of what he's claiming or whatever, that's not the purpose of us being here. The purpose of us being here is a lifestyle that he led, and he changed his lifestyle. Him and Mr. Simpson both. That's the question about it.
I got a question. Let me ask you a question real quick since we talk about gangs. If y'all in one, would you die for them?
No. Nope.
All right, then, so stay away from them. That's all I'm saying. I ain't dying for nobody either. I was front line. I could have died, bro. Like, I was front line, man. For real. Like, I ain't even gonna lie and joke to your body, but I ain't gonna die for none of them. I don't expect them to die for me. I don't want them to die for me. I don't want that on my conscience forever. You feel me? Nah, we want to live forever, man. Live great. You feel me? If you in the game, I'm telling you, stray away from it. It ain't that easy, but just know what you're going to get yourself into when you game bang. Yeah, you're going to have long nights. You're going to have homeboys that's going to turn on you. Because I can give you a list of mine. We got caught in a roundup in like 2003.
Don't worry, I'm not going to be part of the gang. My parents raised me too well.
Right. But you know how many people turn police? You know how many people on my hood in the penitentiary messing with boys? A lot. Now, I don't knock homosexuality, but you call yourself a street dude and you're a part of whatever you're a part of, is certain things and like stuff you don't do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that ain't no. Nah, I'm from Nashville. I've been in Memphis though. Yeah. What's up, bro?
How much your jacket cost?
That one? For you? I do it for like $350. Yeah. Why you look like this? What you want me to say? $20? $100? Go look at it. Give him the jacket. Give it to him. This ain't nothing cheap. Again, know your worth. We talking about, self-worth. Know your worth, man. You like it?
How about this? How about this? I'll give you 100.
100? And what else? You gonna wash my truck for 6 months. 6 months. $100.
Wait, bro. He gonna give you $100 for that jacket and won't even buy a school jacket.
Oh, why not?
We got school jackets here, the same thing.
Yeah, they won't buy
They
it.
won't buy a school jacket.
What's up, bro? Say that again.
What was some of the first reactions your family and friends gave you, like, when you changed?
Nah, they thought I was lying. They thought I was talking. You know how everybody say I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be a better person. Yeah, they thought I was lying. And then you just really gotta prove at this point.
But to
You know what I'm
yourself,
saying?
though. It don't matter, you gotta prove it to yourself.
Facts.
Self first. When you do it with yourself, everybody else gonna follow suit.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't talk about it and I be about it, it don't matter what I say, I showed you. You know what I'm saying? That go into talk is cheap. You know what I mean? So just, whatever it is that you want to change with you, change it with you first. You don't got to tell everybody to get confirmation. Nah, that ain't for them. Because only you know if you changing. You can trick somebody else to let them think that you changing, but you know if you changing or not. Because at the end of the day, you got to lay down with yourself.
Facts. They ain't gonna believe you at first. You know what I'm saying? Even if you come with a business idea, you telling your friends, out of 4 or 5 friends, only one might actually believe in you for real. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta show them. You know how many friends I came when I started my clothing line? I was sitting down buying you a meal, drinks, and we talking. I'm giving you my whole rundown, and then after you get this free meal, I don't hear from you no more. But then they come back when they see what you're doing, but you can't be a part of the team like how I tried to offer you at first. You can only purchase now.
But
You know what I'm saying?
now, speaking of that, whatever you do, if your friends are supporting you realistically, they're not going to ask you, hey, well, can I get this? Anything that he sells, I buy it at the price that you would pay, because I'm his friend. This is how he makes his money.
Yes.
So real friends they're not going to say, hey, can I get this on the low? I'm going to support you because I'm your friend. So this outfit cost me $150.
And that was a discount though.
No, it wasn't.
Look on the Instagram page, see how it goes.
Well, I tried to. So I thought I was getting. I quit.
But like you said though, I got friends though that been supporting me since day one that actually believe in me. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of it. Be around people that's gonna believe you, that's gonna inspire you, that's gonna motivate you, that's gonna chastise you or get in your chest. When you messing up, they need to tell you, bro, you BSing. You need to get it together because you're not only making yourself look bad, you're making us look bad too. You know what I'm saying? We all got on suits. Why you ain't follow suit? Why you up here with a white t-shirt on and his blue jeans? You feel me? For real, man. Be careful of the company you keep. They'll hate on you, for real. They'll hate on you. They'll want your spot. They'll want your spot, man.
How much did it cost for you to make your own company, though?
$31. To get a business license, yep. And it come with your EIN number.
I'm talking about like the supplies you had to buy to make your own clothes and all that.
Oh, it just depends on what we talking. This hat probably costs $7, $8. Then to run it through my machine with my thread, another $5, $6. So we got what's that, $11, $12? Sell them for $35, $40. Good man. That's just on hats. I buy a t-shirt for $1.50. They be good quality though. You know what I'm saying? You want to work with me? What grade you in? 11th grade. What's your grades looking like?
Good.
What's good? What's your definition of good? You got all A's?
I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, look, we pushing for greatness, man. Them other alphabets, they just there for whatever, all A's, man. It's number one. Strive for greatness. One of my interns had 20 full-ride scholarships. She ended up at Howard. Yeah, she had Howard 20 full-ride, like don't have to come out the pocket.
Okay, guys, we got a couple more questions because they gotta get back to Nashville. Got a couple of speaking engagements back in Nashville. And give me how many more? One or two?
We can do two more.
Two more questions, and I gotta get them out of here.
Do they call you Phish because like all the stuff you did in the game back in the day?
He'll never be me.
Me and him.
I'm the
That's
fish.
Phish.
Yeah, like when he in the game.
Nah, it look like a fish.
Nah, I was never officially in a game, but I surrounded myself with nothing but gang members. But I done more stuff than all of them probably combined. I just never put myself, I felt like I don't have to do this to be associated. And people still respected me on that level. But now the Phish name came from college. When I got to college at North Alabama, nobody knew me. I didn't like the basketball players. They was all funny acting. And I was on the stairs and these girls came up and asked me my name and I was sitting with the football players. And she said, well, you skinny, you must don't play football. What's your name? And I said, I don't got a name. And she said, well, I'm gonna call you Phish. And at that point, with nobody knowing me, they knew me as Phish. And a couple weeks later, there was nobody on campus that didn't know me as Phish. And I just stuck with it.
One more. All right.
You make like custom jackets?
Say what?
You make custom jackets?
Yeah. Bombers, Lettermans, varsity jackets, windbreakers, coats. Oh yeah. Like, I'm gonna tell you how life works. It's funny. When you're doing the right thing, you're gonna always be blessed. I told you I didn't graduate high school in prison my senior year, bro. I got, right before Corona hit, I got approved by the Board of Education to do all schools apparel. So, if y'all need a vendor for school, just holler at me. Is there any way we can get a picture? Something, how we do it? Y'all want to take a picture with me? Or can I take a picture with y'all?
Well, they's gonna be okay with the social distancing and stuff. They don't.
We all get on stack, but it might fall in though.
Just stand right here and I just stand in the middle and then.
Or yeah, somebody can get it.
What do you want?
Maybe we can. I can put the. Yeah.